90-Day Fiancé star Rob Warne's dating life is always full of exciting and unexpected twists and turns, and this time, it's no different. Rob is a 33-year-old man from Los Angeles who was introduced in Season 10 with his British partner, Sophie Sierra. Sophie had grown up in Spain after being born to a Jamaican father and a British mother. Being mixed race, Sophie faced a tough childhood and was glad to have found Rob, who'd been through similar experiences, even though he didn't come from a privileged background like hers. However, Rob had a bad habit. Sophie's friends and family constantly urged her to leave Rob. She even accused him of being allegedly abusive towards her, but it seems Sophie and Rob have remained friends since their split over a year ago. There were instances when it even looked like Sophie and Rob were back together, but a plot twist was always waiting for viewers, such as the one which reveals who Rob is dating now after Sophie was linked to Bachelorette alum Chad Johnson. Rob and Sophie's modern romance started on social media. Rob always wanted a good-looking woman as his partner, since he thought he was a good-looking man. He called Sophie the hottest person he had ever been with, and that's what he had been looking for. Since one of jack-of-all-trades Rob's jobs was modeling, he would get a lot of women reaching out to him on social media. Usually, Rob would just ignore these messages, but when he saw Sophie's message, he knew he'd found the one. He sparked a conversation with Sophie and said all the right things to Sophie. She texted him back and entertained him for a while until Rob asked her if he could FaceTime her. Sophie thought it was a very bold move since they didn't even know each other. All Rob wanted to do was check if Sophie was real. That FaceTime lasted 8 hours. They were talking non-stop and there were no silences during that phone call. Their similar childhood experiences with bullying and not being able to fit in, being mixed kids, helped Sophie and Rob bond. In the first episode of 90-Day Fiancé Season 10, Sophie told the cameras about Rob's cheating scandal. Sophie said it was not something she was going to ruin her relationship for, but Sophie was wrong. She had received a message from an unknown person who informed Sophie that Rob had sent them sexual videos of himself. Sophie still trusted Rob and knew he had never physically cheated on her because she used to track his phone location. However, Sophie did walk out of Rob's apartment upon seeing the disgusting videos he was receiving on Snapchat right before they married. Rob convinced Sophie that it was still not cheating, and they got married and moved to Austin. Sophie never really ignored her intuition when she felt like something was wrong. This time she went through Rob's phone and discovered he'd had naughty chats with multiple accounts and not just one. Sophie left Rob and began living with her friend Key. Rob spent the entire 90-Day Fiancé happily ever after? Season 8, trying to win her back. When nothing worked, Rob and Sophie decided to get couples therapy. They were cast in 90-Day, the last resort. After all, Rob and Sophie were separated for the entirety of 90-Day Fiancé happily ever after. Season 8. He was filmed at his birthday party at a club in Kansas City. Rob was tempted to cheat on Sophie when a bottle service girl, Julia, started to hit on him. She told Rob he smelled good. She wanted to bite his neck. Julia wanted to take Rob home because she thought he was handsome. Julia almost kissed Rob on the lips. While he was trying to avoid her, Rob didn't tell Julia he was still married. He said the situation was complicated. The show made it look like Rob and Julia hooked up after the party, but Rob later told his Instagram followers that nothing of that sort happened. He revealed that they never hooked up and that he didn't see Julia again. They had not even exchanged numbers, but Julia found Rob on Instagram somehow after he went back to Texas. They'd only ever talked as friends. Rob also clarified that Julia was a bottle girl and that Aura, Kansas City is not a strip club, as he tagged the place's Instagram account. Although Rob did not get together with Julia, he seemingly found a new girlfriend in May 2024, a full year after his split with Sophie. Rob, who is very active on Instagram, posted a story that set tongues wagging. Rob had posted a video on his stories which showed a sports car display window. However, the video also included a mystery woman. The woman quickly jumped in front of the display that Rob was capturing on his camera. She didn't look like Sophie, and hence, fans had concluded that it was Rob's new lover. Rob neither confirmed nor denied the rumors of him having a new girlfriend, because he is usually quick to address any speculations about him on his Instagram. Interestingly, Rob and Sophie went out on a date themselves in June 2024. Reddit user even preference 6545 spotted a Disneyland visitor posting about them bumping into Rob and Sophie in the Disneyland annual pass holders group. The photo confused fans since Rob and Sophie appeared quite close for a couple that had broken up. They were possibly giving their marriage a second chance. Couples therapy could have worked its magic on Sophie and Rob still. Rob seems to be very much single as of October 2024, in case he and Sophie haven't decided to have an open marriage. 90-Day Fiancé blogger Shabuti posted information about an upcoming show that is going to be based on the format of 90-Day House, where multiple cast members will assemble under one roof like they did for the 90-Day Fiancé. Happily Ever After. Season 8 tell-all. Except, this time, they are all single cast members. The show is apparently being filmed right now in Mexico, and is similar to 90-Day, The Last Resort. The source mentioned that these single cast members are going to be in a house on the beach, where they are also going to get therapy for their failed relationships. Apart from the cast, single men and women will be brought to the house to see if they can start romances with the 90-Day Fiancé cast members. The cast includes Rob along with names such as Colt Johnson, Tiffany Franco, Chantal Everett, and Tim Malcolm. It appears Rob is going to find his next girlfriend anytime now, if he hasn't already, and gets a divorce from Sophie soon.